Welcome to Side Eye Society, where we take a look, we pause, say, what the hell? And then we unpack the mess. I'm Nick, and I stay clocking it. Take a side eye look at Shaunie O'Neal Henderson, who just announced a couple days ago that Basketball Wives, our favorite guilty pleasure, our ratchet reality show has come to an end. It's canceled. There is no more. It is an end to an era.
Now, this is just called growth and, moving forward. I'm announcing today that Basketball Wives will not be returning. Since its launch in 2010, this franchise has been the defining part of my professional journey. What began as a vision to tell my story and stories of women like me grew into a cultural movement that created opportunity, sparked conversation, and honestly amplified voices that deserve to be heard. I'm so grateful to VH1, Truly Original, Shed Media, and BET for their partnership and belief in a show that left a long-lasting mark on entertainment. Most importantly, I'm thankful to the women who trusted me with their stories and the creatives in front of and behind the camera who helped bring this vision to life season after season. Growth requires...
If you are part of the 2010s, then you know what Basketball Wives is all about. You remember its inception. Y'all remember the 2010s makeup? Do y'all remember the hair that Evelyn had, the makeup? Everybody looked a little unkempt because we didn't really know what we were walking into. We just knew that it was a show about wags or women who had slept with a few ball players, and they let us know who these ball players were. So we were introduced to the HBIC at the time, which was Shaunie O'Neal, and she brought in a plethora of ladies who, like her, at the time, Shaunie was married to Shaq, and so she brought in other basketball wives and girlfriends or side pieces or women who were adjacent to ball players. So the show was very entertaining. It was also where we were reintroduced to Tammy Roman. So if you remember, like if y'all watching this era of Basketball Wives, then I mean, it's cool, but it's not giving what the 2010s of Basketball Wives was giving. That's when when I say it was ratchet at best. And when I say the fists were really flying back then, because you had Royce Reed.
A bum.
Okay.
What do you do?
Bitch, I have a book out.
Bum.
Really?
You a bum.
Really? And you're a hoe.
You're a bum.
And you're a hoe.
You're a bum, and you're a hoe too.
No, I know.
You plenty of too.
No, sweetheart.
Yes, you have,
I actually can
sweetheart.
count mine. I know you can.
Everything that comes out her mouth is a lie or made up. Or this person told me this. Or the internet. Like, get out of here.
And then you had Laura Govan with her sister Gloria Govan. And then we had Susie. And then, of course, we were introduced to Jennifer. I don't know what a food stamp looks like. So, and, feeling a certain kind of way, a little sad, and some were a little nostalgic. And I'm saying all that to say, Evelyn Lozada. Evelyn, you are truly making headlines dropping these 2 episodes, diabolical episodes, where you and the game sat up and humiliated the hell out of your daughter. And poor little Shanice just sat there not really knowing what to do. Her trying to unpack the trauma that she was experiencing, reliving in real time, listening to her baby daddy talk about how she trapped him, but he really trapped her into having this baby. And now she is stuck co-parenting with a man she had no idea was a felon.
They called you a felon.
Yeah. I mean,
True.
Are you a
So
felon?
I am. So I don't feel slighted by someone
Yes, you are a
trying to
felon.
like throw like my past at me. Yeah, I'm a felon. My mama know I'm a felon. My kids know I'm a felon. My fans know I'm a felon, and that's just what it is. I don't try to duck who I am as a person. You know.
Meanwhile, her mom, you would think would have her back, but her mom, if y'all know Evelyn Lozada, Shanice, you got to know your mama better than anybody. And if you don't, this right here should have given you a clear indication that although this woman birthed you, she does not care about you. The main thing, like Jalen Hurts say, the main thing is the main thing.
I always say keep the main thing the main thing.
Main thing is the main thing. And the main thing for Evelyn will always be me, myself, and I. She will always think about herself. She will always put her whole tendencies first. It don't matter who your baby daddy is, if it's a man, if he's high profile, if he smell like he got a little bit of money, baby, since she gonna lead with her coochie. That's what she has done. That's what she will continue to do, even at the big vintage age of 50. It just is what it is. And if you have watched Basketball Wives, then you already know Evelyn was sleeping with Tammy's husband when we were introduced to her. Now, Evelyn came on saying that she was the ex-fiance of Antoine Walker. She also didn't really give us her whole facts until we got to know who she was. And she let it be known that she was sleeping with Kenny Anderson, Tammy Roman's ex.
I didn't know that Kenny Anderson was married.
I didn't.
I don't give a It's not a bitch walking, a hoe walking, a trick walking, a jump off walking that didn't know that he was married. It's bitches that know that is married, that still with them.
Right. And I've been in that position.
Okay, well then you should understand how the I feel.
It really
I'm saying, you are a non-mother factor, bitch.
Okay, you.
Husband. And so it came out, and Evelyn was talking about she didn't know that Kenny was married, and Tammy's like, oh hell no, 1999 everybody knew that we were married. And so Evelyn, well, I didn't know, and then that's when the whole non-mother factor came about. So if y'all want to know how that came about, that's how that came about, because Evelyn told Tammy that she was a non-mother factor, and she didn't know that Kenny Anderson was married to Tammy Roman. So it just a mess. So I'm saying all that to say, Shanice, your mama does not care about you at all. She showed no empathy, no sympathy. If anything, she sat up and she gave us all pause to unpack and for us to start speculating that she in the game have this tawdry emotional connection. She said she talks to him every day. She seeks him out for advice, for guidance. Hell, when she talked about coming up with the podcast, he was one of her advisors. He came up with the name, came up with the logo. She didn't ask you your thoughts and opinions. The name of the damn podcast is Drop the Low. And where do you fall into Drop the Low? Yes, your mother is Evelyn Lozada, and I can see if your last name was Lozada, but it's Harrison. So she let that be known. She let it be known that we're a family. She let it be known. She asked him, when you gonna take me to Compton? She asked him, how you make me a grandmother before 50? She should have been asking you that, not your baby daddy. And in that picture, did y'all see that picture? If we did not know who you, your mama, and your baby daddy was, I'm looking at the picture, the way your mama was basically sitting in the game's lap, titties on his arm, just, they look like a couple. They look like they look like a couple. They look like a couple. And her legs were turned into him, his body was leaned into her, and you sitting on the side, your legs kind of turned in towards him, like, I'm not really committed. We got a kid together. But if you on the outside looking in, we wouldn't know that you are the baby mama. If I'm looking at this picture, I'm thinking, oh, these two got kids. They got a history. Not like that at all. Anyway, I'm saying that to say Evelyn and Shanice talked about Basketball Wives ending. And for the life of me, watching Evelyn, and I understand you become nostalgic, but to see Evelyn get emotional and cry about the ending of Basketball Wives, y'all know.
And I'm forever grateful for that. So anyway, so I'll read this. This is from one of the camera guys. Saw Shaunie's post. It's official. He goes, it's a sad day. End of an era. And you know, I was there from day one. Miami to LA. You only get a handful of shows like this your whole career. I'm lucky to have been on this journey, and a sincere pleasure to watch all of you grow with us as well on set. We went from 30s to our 50s. She was like, it's crazy. Excited for our new chapter. You know, we always cross paths. I'm sure I'll see you again soon. Much love, and please stay in touch. Un abrazo grande. My emotion doesn't come from the show ending. It comes from, I mean, that's emotional too, but how many people depended on the show? There was so many people that like loved working on the show.
I know the show where she got mad because she couldn't believe, for the life of her, she couldn't fathom that her ex-husband, Chad Ochocinco, who knocked her upside her head, actually thought someone like OG, a darky like OG, was attractive. It irritated her so much so that she patted her poom poom to let the world know that she got good poom poom. And
Ugly.
Hey, Ocho Cinco wanted me. Ocho Cinco wanted me.
Girl, bye.
I'm your favorite athlete's favorite athlete.
Kids, I got family. I got A+ credit. I got a mother.
Ooh,
What
that
you
no
got? What
that
you
no one
got?
wants.
Your will get all mother day.
she got emotional about those days, about the days where she jumping over tables and knocking hoes out. Got emotional about that. Cried about that. But showed no empathy whatsoever. She disrespected you in the worst way. She exposed you in the worst way. She told some of your secrets in your most vulnerable of times to us, to the game. Things that she should not have shared while you were experiencing postpartum. You wanted to name Blaze Jayceon. He was against it. He said, we're going to name the baby Blaze. The day you had Blaze, he signed on the birth certificate. He wrote Blaze on it. Evelyn told us the story. You came home. She said Blaze was all mangly. And you had a fit. And you became very emotional, saying, I can't believe his name is Blaze. And you were probably sobbing because as someone who's experienced postpartum depression, you cry about everything. You don't know who you are. You've lost a sense of self. You are a new person because now you are not you. You are a mother. You don't know who you are as a mother. You don't know who you are as a woman anymore. You have to finding yourself again. And while you're experiencing that, you need your village to uphold you, to hold you, to let you know that everything is going to be okay and that they're going to be with you throughout this semi-traumatic experience. But instead of your mother not being there for you in that moment, she laughs and she cackles and she just found it funny as hell that you were hysterical and that you were beside yourself and that you were in a very emotional state, and she found that shit funny. We could laugh about it now. No, even I wouldn't laugh about it now. I know you weren't laughing about it then, and we looked at your face. You weren't laughing about it while she was bringing it up to Jayceon, to your baby daddy, who probably had no idea about it. It wasn't his business. That was something that wasn't our business. That was something that she could have and should have kept to herself. So for Evelyn to get emotional and cry about the end of Basketball Wives, but not have the empathy for you. So she's crying on the podcast talking about the end of Basketball Wives, but she couldn't get emotional with you while you were experiencing that situation with coming to the realization that the baby's name was Blaze. That to me is diabolical. That to me is, if you didn't know who Evelyn Lozada was, now you know who. If you didn't know who Evelyn Lozada is, then this right here is just letting you know the type of woman that Evelyn is. She does not care about anybody but herself. Again, if you watch that podcast, Evelyn dominated the conversation, and every topic that was discussed, she brought it right back around full circle to me, myself, and I, to herself. She kept, it didn't matter what they were talking about. She kept bringing it back around to her, how it made her feel. It just crazy. And then when they talked about Shanice, they just laughed their asses off. She was sitting between two ops. And then the fact that both of them are Sagittariuses and had to let us know it, baby. It was a whole mess. Just a mess. And Evelyn, yes, we will continue to pick you apart. We will continue to do our think pieces as long as you open your mouth and you give us content. We will talk about it because people need to know that you are diabolical, that you care about nothing and nobody except for yourself. You are a classic narcissist who has relied on pretty privilege to get her to where she is today. So society, that's all I really have to say until Evelyn gives us something else to talk about. So you all get with me in the comments. And in the meantime, y'all stay side-eyeing.